Hi everyone, it's Bee here at Stitches and Blooms. I hope you're all I hope you're all okay today, and welcome back to my little part of YouTube here on Stitches and Blooms. Yeah, it's a Monday morning, and I thought I'd come on. It's probably been about a week, or not a week. It's probably been about 4 weeks since I've videoed. I have actually videoed two other videos since before this and didn't upload them because I just thought, oh, I don't like them. And you get that kind of imposter syndrome, thinking they're not worth watching. Yeah, so I look a bit peaky today, don't I? Look a bit flushed. I've been running around though trying to get things. Honestly, you wouldn't believe, just for this short podcast, how many things you need to. Oh, anyway, stop moaning. Hi. Yeah, like I say, it's Monday morning. I'm coming, so before the we get noise next door. They're still building, they're still there. So yeah, so they don't normally come till about 9:30, 10, and it's about 8:30. So I thought I'll come on, jump on, get the podcast done, get it uploaded. See, this is it. I put a video, and then I leave it a couple of days before I actually start to process it and upload it, and then I start to doubt myself, and so I thought, right, get it done, get it uploaded. You can't dither, you can't thing it. Anyway, I've got lots to show you today. Lots of finished objects. I've actually finished something. And just really one work in progress, I think. Yeah, so let's get on, eh? Look what I have finished. It's finally finished. My blanket. It's all joined and it's all got this beautiful border on, just a half treble, half double crochet. I love it. It's done, look. And I love the colours. I just love those colours. Look at those colours. They're beautiful, aren't they? And if you've watched any of my other videos, which you probably haven't, because nobody really watches these videos, I've been doing this since about January, and I did the squares, and it's lovely. It's squishy and it's lovely and cozy, and I love it. And I love the colours on it. It's very spring-like, isn't it? Look at those beautiful colours. They're so. Oh, look at that one. Yeah. So they're all, Yeah. So I started this blanket in January, and I think the end of January. I'm not sure, but I started it in January, and I had a lot of these papataya cake wools, and they were variegated wool cakes, basically. And I'd got them from the Knitting Network, and they were probably reduced, and I'd got them. I do love the colours in variegated wool cakes. There's something about them, and I just had a binge of buying some. And I thought, what can I do with them? So I thought, I'll make some squares. So each of those colours is the colours in these variegated wool cakes. And they were quite similar. This one was 108, colour 108, and this one was colour 105. And they are, let me tell you the details of them. I think, let me see. So they are 8% acrylic and 20% wool. It's 520 metres on, so they're quite a lot of metres, and they're 150 grams, and I'm sure they're about, I don't know, maybe £3.99 for the balls of wool, so that's not too bad, is it? It says a 4 to 5 hook, so I presume they are DK. It doesn't actually say anything about what thing, but I would say that the 4, they are a DK. It's a DK wool. So yeah, so I finally finished it. I did the squares, no problem. I didn't mind doing the squares. It's just my own. It's just a V-stitch. This is just my own. I've just made it up as I go along, basically. So it is just it's a granny square V-stitch. So these are V-stitches as you go along around, and then yeah, and then I just did a cream border of granny stitches, but you know, every kind of 3 stitches or something to get that kind of look. So I did them, and I did them no problem. I didn't mind doing the squares. It's the joining up that then gets me to me, because I've not really done many joining up of granny squares. I think I did a top once for my niece, and I think that's been it really of joining granny squares, I think. Anyway, and then I saw, is it Juan the Yarn Addict? Excuse me. He's got a YouTube channel. I'll try and put the link below. And he showed a really quick joining of granny squares. So on the back, you've got the ridges. You know, you've got the ridge on the back of where I've joined them. But basically, all he did was you just joined through, you know, through the chains between the V stitches like that. So yeah, and it was really quick. It was really quick and so easy. So in future, that's what I'll be using to join if I ever do any more granny square blankets. I do love them. I do love a granny square blanket, but yeah, yeah. So that was, and then like I say, I just put a half double crochet border of about 5 or 6 rows for this nice thick border. So yes, that'll be lovely when we're outside in the summer and it gets a bit chilly in the evenings. I can put that on us. So yes, that's one finished object. Yay! And I've used up some of my stash. The cream that I used was the Emu. Sorry, right? Emu, just classic DK from the Knitting Network. And that was the cream colour. Can you see that? And it's 102, and it's just got cream. So yeah, so that was quite a nice wool to, you know, it's just an acrylic wool, but it'll be fine. I can throw it in the, like I say, we can use it over the summer, and I can throw it in the washing machine because it's acrylic, so it won't matter. Yep, so that's one thing down. Another thing that I've done, it's my friend's little girl's birthday in April, and she will be 4, and I'm hoping this will fit. This is the first time really I have ever made a garment. I've done the hexi cardigan, and I've done excuse me, why do I start sniffing when I come on camera? Yeah, so I've done a hexi cardigan, and like I said, I did a granny square kind of bandeau vest top for my niece. Who's in her 20s, so she's not like she's a little girl or anything. Yeah, and that's all I've done really regards, you know, garments. So I saw this this pattern. It's by Iron Lamb, IRONLAMB, Iron Lamb, and it's the kiddies. Can you see that? It's the kids granny go round cardigan, and it's by Iron Lamb, like I say, and that is Claudine Powley, and it was this lovely like granny striped cardigan. Can you see that? And I thought, well, that looks quite easy. That, well, you know, it looks, you know, it was a raglan style. It seemed quite a good pattern. So it was a paid for pattern, by the way. So yeah, so I think it was about £5 or something. It wasn't you know. Yeah, so I thought I'll give that a go. And so I hope this fits. So it doesn't, when I'm looking at it now, it doesn't really look very big. This is the 4 to 5 year old. It might be a bit cropped. I'm not sure. I'm hoping it will fit her. But yeah. So it's a raglan sleeve. So yeah, there. And then you add, so you do the raglan so far, and then you add more to the sleeves afterwards. So as you can see, probably can see that this is a, but I didn't want the blue. So the blue's kind of over here, isn't it? And then I've done kind of these sleeves. But yeah, and I didn't do the, she did a rib of front post and back post. I hate doing, is it back post or something? I just couldn't, so I just did a single crochet, that might be half double crochet at the bottom, but it gives it a little kind of a rib, doesn't it? So yes, that was the only thing that I changed. I didn't go quite right, I don't think. I did something wrong round about here. There was kind of a lot of stitches kind of loose when there was something sticking out. So I managed to, I managed to rectify it basically when I sewed it up and things. So yeah, so I love it, and I hope it fits. I think it should do. Like I say, it might. I don't think it'll be big. I'm not sure. But anyway, so yeah, so I've done that for it. And this beautiful, beautiful wool, well, not wool, yarn. It's by, I've been seeing it all over Instagram. And I thought, oh, that'll be lovely. And it's got this kind, it was lovely to work with, so soft. And it's, I don't know if you can see, but it has got kind of a haze to it. I don't know if you can see that, but it has got a little bit of a haze to it. Can you see here a little bit? Yeah, so it's Pebble Haze Yarn Smith's Yarn Smith's Pebble Haze prints. That's what it is, and it's a DK. So that's the ball band if you want to see. So that was for this variegated wool in the main body of the cardigan. And this is Seaham, Seaham, and the shade is 2D040. And they did have this on an introductory offer because it's a new one. It's from Wool Warehouse, and it's one of their new Yarn Smiths wools. I think Yarn Smiths is their own brand at Wool Warehouse. And it is, you won't believe, I didn't believe, because when I've worked with cotton before, it's been quite, not as soft as that, really not as soft as that. So it's 67% cotton, so it'll wash nicely, and for 33% acrylic. There are 435 meters on the ball. It's a 150 gram ball, so it's quite a lot. Yeah, and it's a DK. Yeah, so, and it was lovely wool. It really was lovely yarn. And then the other colour that I did for these, which I thought complemented it really nicely actually, because of the muted tones, and I thought this was quite a nice muted tone, was Cyanite. I know that the pebble, these ones are named after beaches, and I'm not sure about these ones, but this is Cyanite, Syenite, and it's shade 2C080. If you can see that. I've wrote that on because the shade wasn't on, so it reminded me of the shade. It doesn't come with that written on the band. Somebody doesn't write all the things on the bands, that's me. Yeah, so I loved it, and I hope she likes it, even if she just wears it after bed or whatever, then that's that, isn't it? But yeah, I'm really proud of myself for that one. Yeah, that's my first kind of raglan sleeve, following a pattern kind of cardigan, and it was really good. It was really well written. She does also have a YouTube where, if she explains the yoke bit. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I would make more of them. And I've also downloaded, because I think it was 2 for £8 on her Etsy shop or on her website, and you got 2, so I got the adult version as well. So in the future, you never know, I might make myself one. I don't think I could have done it in individual rounds of colours, because can you imagine all those ends? So on hers, this one, Granny Go Round, she's got each rose a different colour. Oh my goodness, I could not think I could not think of a worse thing than having to tie all those ends in on each row. So I'm glad I used a variegated. It's really nice. And even in plain, it's probably really nice, isn't it? But yeah, so I hope she likes that. It's a birthday in a couple of weeks, April, middle of April sometime. So yeah, so I hope she likes that. So I'd got 2 balls of that, of this. And so I had enough left over to make a little, uh, like a car seat blanket. It's not a very big little baby blanket kind of thing. So this is another paid for pattern. It's the same wool, and they did have kits on the Wool Warehouse website to make this. So you've got one, because it takes 1 ball. So I think I've done it a little bit shorter than the pattern said, because I just didn't have enough yarn to do the full length. But then I think I've kind of done a different border on it, so it's a little bit shorter than it should be. But it's only for if she uses it for after a bath, just to put over a lap, or it's going to be a lap blanket for the car or somewhere. But I just thought I'll use the wool up. I don't want bits of wool, bits of yarn. I keep saying wool, I'm sorry. Bits of yarn left over, you know. I'm trying to use my stash up, and then I think I'm not going to use it up because, you know, I've got bits left over things. So yeah, so this was a pattern, a paid for pattern. Like I say, you could buy this. You got 1 ball of the Pebble Haze print, and you got 1 ball of the Pebble Haze DK, you know, the smaller solid colour. And I think that was £7.50 for the 2 balls, which I thought was really good value. I'm not sure whether they're still available. And like I say, it was on special offer anyway, this yarn, because it should be £10 a ball for the prints, the bigger one. And I feel like I'm rambling a bit now. I need to slow down. Calm. Let's get calm. Yeah, it should be £10 for the Pebble Haze Prince one, the bigger one, the 150 grams, and it was on offer at £6. I don't know if I'd pay £10 for a ball, a 150 gram ball. I didn't mind paying the £6, but I don't think I'd pay. I don't think I'd pay the £10. I really, even though it's lovely yarn, I don't think I'd pay the full price of what they're asking. But that's just me. That's just me. So yeah, so this was a pattern by Sue Rawlinson of Sweet Pea Family Crochet, and it's called the Sweet Baby Cuddles Blanket. It's a paid for pattern. Like I say, you could get the kit. So these are the different ones that you can get on Wool Warehouse. So you've got like a bluey green one, this one, and then like more of a pinky. So I suppose this would be a girly one, but it doesn't matter, does it? So yes, these are the balls of wool. These are the colours that you could get in the kit, and then you had to pay extra for the pattern. And it was only £2.50. You know, it's nothing, is it? So yeah. So yeah. So like I say, I think it's a Suzette stitch. I think it is that she uses. And then she does this blanket band, which I think is really nice as well. So let me just. So it's not like I say, it's not a big blanket. I just use the wool up, basically. And she, on her pattern, I don't know if you can see. Yeah. So on Sue's pattern, I'll just do that so that it's just got a plain band around. Can you see that? Sorry. So it's just got a plain band. But I decided that I wanted to put a little bit of because it's for a little girl, and I just thought, oh, put a little bit of a shell stitch. So it's not big, like I say, it's probably big enough, isn't it, to go over her if she's in the car and she's a bit chilly. Yeah, so I put this little this little shell stitch on it as well, because I had enough yarn, and like I said, I didn't want to have bits of yarn. I think I had about 10 grams or something left over, maybe 20, but a smallish ball I had left over from the cardigan and this, and that was 2 balls of the of the Prince one, and I think it was only one ball of the brown of this, you know, this beigey, pinky beige. Yeah, so it's not a big, and like I said, I've just changed the pattern by putting a shell stitch on the thing, but yeah, and then it just kind of, you know, it can, I just roll it up, and then, like I say, she did this, and I'm doing this band and thinking, that's not going to be big enough, but it does, you know, if you roll the blanket up, you know, into kind of a thing, it does go on, because obviously it stretches, doesn't it? But yeah, so I was really pleased with those. And like I said, I think this wool's beautiful, I really do. I think it's so nice. And again, it's just a little present. And like I said, if she uses it while she's reading her books at bedtime, or, you know, to put over her, or if she reads, because she likes to read before she goes to bed and things, or if she just puts it over herself, like you say. But I think they're beautiful. I love them. I love this. This yarn is just gorgeous, like I keep saying. But yeah, so that's another. And I love this little band as well. I think that's really cute. You know, just to give us a nice. It makes it look so much nicer, doesn't it? With that little band on it. Isn't that nice? So yeah, I love it. So yes, that's another. So that's 3 things done. Go me. Who knew? The next thing, this was just a quick make. There was a stitch. Oh, it's not brick. Block. Is it block stitch? It was on. I'll put the link below. It was on. I'll just have a sip of my coffee. As you can see, I'm having. Do you like my mug? This is my Easter mug. Isn't that beautiful? I love the colours. Aren't them colours just so spring? This was from Tesco. Yeah, that's my spring mug. Just have a slurp of coffee, sorry. So this was, I want to call it the block stitch by Hooked by Robin. And I just wanted to try it out. I got some cheap yarn from Hobbycraft and Poundland. Just some variegated. I just loved this colour. This was the Hobbycraft, this nice mustardy colour, and this variegated is just Poundland. It was £1 for 50 grams. And I just wanted to try it, and I think it looks really nice, and they weren't too bad, and I love those colours. And so yeah, I saw this, I just wanted to try the stitch out, like I say, with these yarns, and I did, and yeah, it's a book bag to put my books into, to keep them, you know, so that I can carry them around, and it just makes them look pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, I just did my own pattern. I just did a big oblong. I just did a big oblong, sewed it, you know, sewed it up the sides, well, crocheted together at the sides, joined at the sides, and then I just folded over. Let me show you. So they're not even buttonholes, because they go through the actual holes in the stitch. So I've not even had to really do buttonholes. Yeah. So that's what it looks like. So if I fold this down, sorry. So this is like I just put a half double crochet again on the end here, on this bit here, and then I think I've finished it off. No, I thought I'd finished it off with the coloured, you know, on the top, but I haven't. So who knows? Not unless it was that one. Yeah, can you see there on that one? So I've kind of finished it off with the colour on there, but that goes in there, so that tucks inside, and then the buttons can come through the holes. So yeah, it's not hard, is it? It's just a big oblong, and yeah, so you just tuck that in and then the buttons come through. So yeah, so that's another make. It was very quick, probably took me an afternoon. Didn't take long at all to do that. Again, it's, you know, there's quite a lot of ends because each row is obviously using different yarns, but yeah, so yeah, there was a bit to, I don't think I would like a blanket in it actually. I think it looked nice as a blanket, but I don't know about all those ends. Yes, that was another finished one, and then I just put these buttons on, these nice wooden buttons that I had. Yeah. So that's my book cover, and I'll show you the book inside very, very soon. What are we on? 5 more minutes. What is on my needles, my whips. So like I said, that was for my friend's little girl who's 4, and I don't know if I'm going to get this finished now, but I saw, who did I see it on? I can't remember whether it just came up on Amazon when I was looking at different, because I was looking at Enchanted Woodland Creatures, because I fancied that book. I think it was called Enchanted Woodland Creatures. And I could kick myself because they had it on offer for £10, I think. And then it went back up to 14. So I was like, well, I'll try and maybe wait till it comes back down again. I don't think it's a newish, maybe last year, but I don't think it's a new book. Anyway, I'm waffling, I'm so sorry. So then there was another one that came up, and I'm sure, I don't know. I'm sure I've watched somebody or seen somebody do that, either on Instagram or, I don't know. Anyway, it's by Emma Varnam. I've got it on Kindle, that's what I'm doing. And it was reduced. It was half price. It's about 7 years old, and it's called Cute Crocheted Animals. Sorry, I'll try and not get the glare of the thingy on my iPad. So yeah, so it's these, I think there's about 5 animals that you can make. Let me see. There is, yeah, so there's a rabbit, there's a fox, there is a cat, a bear, and a mouse. And they're all the different, it's a book, obviously, but like I say, I've got it on my Kindle. And like I say, on Amazon at the minute, it's reduced to $6.49 or $5.99 on your Kindle. And I thought, well, I'll get it on my Kindle. I do like a book, but I just thought I'll get it on my Kindle. And I can flip through it properly then. I can just sit here and read the pattern. And I did read on Amazon that somebody said it was quite a hard spined. So you couldn't really, you know, it kept it's one of those that you need to really, and then you might break the spine because the spine's quite, there was a few comments on Amazon that said, you know, the book wasn't easy to read because of the way it had been bound. It wasn't the author's fault, obviously, but that's, you know, they had to say that it kept closing. So I thought, I'll get it on Kindle, and then at least I can just look. So yeah, so as you can see, you can make all these, let me see. Oh, there we go. So it's showing you more. So this is the gallery, so look, oh gosh, they're so cute. So can you see? I don't know, what am I on? I'm just gonna, sorry, it was about to run out again. So you've got the rabbit, so I'm doing the rabbit, and then they come, all these clothes, so you get the clothes as well, sorry, you get the clothes, so you can make the outfits, but all the outfits fit all the different animals. So I'm going the wrong way out. I'm going back to front here, sorry. So you've got these little mice. Look at him in his rugby shirt and her in her little ballerinas. And then you've got the bears. Oh, they're so cute. Oh gosh. Look at him with his little, she's got a little poncho, little granny square poncho on. So all these, and look at that little handbag, I'm going to make that little handbag. All these clothes, will fit each of the characters. So you can do one of the characters, which is what I'm doing, and then make a little wardrobe for them, couldn't you? They were the cats, sorry, they're the cats. These are the foxes, as you can see. So this lovely, beautiful little cardigan, sorry. So it's got like little flowers on, hasn't it? Aren't they gorgeous? I might have to make the fox as well. So, and it's by Emma Varnam, like I say, and it's on offer on Amazon at the minute. So if you're into Amigurumi and you haven't got this book, I would highly recommend this book. I really would. It's really, really nice. Sorry, you've probably got the glare. I hope you didn't have the glare before when I was showing you all those. So yeah, they're just so cute. And so I wanted to make this for Easter for my friend's little girl again, but whether I'll get it finished. I was doing okay. I started it on Friday. The wool came on Friday. I know, the yarn came on Friday. I know, I didn't use up my yarn stash, but it's a story, as always. So this is the face. So obviously I need to do a little nose. Yeah, I've not embroidered, and this is the first time I've used safety eyes, and I think I might have just pressed them a bit too much, but because you can feel the plastic behind them. But yeah, and then a little ears, you know. So yeah, and I've just done one arm. And one of her arms. That's it. That's as much as I've done. So I'm really going to try and get them do a little bit every night to try and get this finished for Saturday, because I'm meeting with my friend and her husband, and my friend and her husband are meeting with my husband and me on Saturday, because her husband was 40 in a few weeks ago, so we've not managed to meet up yet. So we're going to meet up and go out for something to eat. And like little girl's 4, she will be 4, so I just thought I'll make this little and try to do what I wanted to try and do was do a few different outfits so that she could have them and then she could dress them. So yeah, but yeah, so while I was doing this, I'm thinking, I don't know whether it is in the book and I just didn't read it properly. It was done, so this is where you start, this is your starting, and then you work and you join at the back, so it's joined at the back. So yeah, so the only other thing I've done is that doll, and that was kind of top down, so where you started was here and you went down. So yeah, so hopefully next time I'll do a video, this will be finished and I can show you. And oh, excuse me, got a bit of a thingy nose. The yarn I'm using is this Yarn Art Luxor. It is beautiful. I like this. It's got a bit of sheen, if you can see. It's got some of the yarn from the thing, but it's got a bit of a sheen, so it might not be to everybody's taste to do amigurumi with, but and I'm doing it. She did hers on a 3.5 3.5 crochet hook, and hers she said that it's 12.5 inches. I don't think this was going to be, because I'm doing a 3mm hook, and I don't think she's going to be 12 inches. She might be about 8, but who knows? I'll see. But it is going to be, and it says it's a fine. I think that's quite a. It says fine too, but I think that's quite. It might be a 4-ply, but it's bordering on a DK as well, and it's beautiful. It's so smooth. And it's got this sheen to it, and it goes, I think it's brilliant for amigurumi, because when you crochet it up, it's quite stiff, so these hold the shape, these ears are holding their shape. Emma did hers in, when she did the pattern, she did hers in baby, is it Debbie Bliss Baby Cashmerino, and it was £6.50 for a ball. And I'm thinking, and you know, you needed 2 balls, 2 50-gram balls for the actual, for the toy, for the character itself. Then you needed, for the clothes, different, it was going to end up about £24. And I'm sorry, but, you know, she might not even play with it. And I suppose this was on offer, this at the moment. I mean, at the moment it's about £2.49, but it was on offer at £1.69 a ball on the Knitting Network. And if they get it at that price again, I'm going to definitely get more. It's Egyptian cotton. It's Egyptian cotton, and it is so soft. And I think it makes a really nice soft toy as well. So I would definitely use this again if I was doing amigurumi. So this is the one. This is the one that I'm using for the body. It's like a grey. I think it was just grey, light grey. I'm going to do her dress in this lovely baby pink. Isn't that gorgeous? And this is colour 1208. Can you see that? 1208. Yeah. And it says it's a fine too, but like I say, it's quite a substantial baby. You know, it's a substantial 4-ply, bordering on DK. And then for her coat, I'm going to do, because she's got a little coat on, so she's got like a little pinafore dress. I'll show you the picture again in a bit. And then she's got this coat on, and it's a 50-gram ball, and there are 125 meters in that. And then for her shoes, I was going to use this nice blue for her shoes. Although I don't know, I might use the pink for her shoes. I'll see what I've got left. Yeah, so I thought, you know, if I see that it's on offer again at that price, I would definitely get some. I mean, it's limited colours on the Knitting Network. I think they've only got maybe about 8 or 9 colours, and I think there's about 20 colours available. So it's probably not as many colours as like Shapier's Katona, which I think is maybe the same. I don't know if it's as shiny as this and that, and this is made, like I say, it's made from Egyptian cotton, Giza cotton. Yeah, and it's lovely. I'd really recommend them from Amigurumi. Yeah, so like I say, if you can see on the picture here, this is her on there. She's got a little pinafore dress on. Can you see? I'm try not to get the thing in. So she's got a little pinafore dress, and then she's got these little Wellington boots. But I think I'm going to do, there is like some shoes. So there's these shoes. So on that little, on the foxy, she's got like these little shoes on, hasn't she? So I might do those shoes for her, because she don't really need wellies in spring. Although with the weather, yeah, she probably does. It's not stopped raining. Where is she? On here. Oh, she's there at the back. So she does, I think she's a bit more they're called Emily and, I'm doing it the wrong way because I'm going back to front. I'll just get the thing. They are called Emily and Jack Rabbit. So Emily and Jack. So as you can see here on this one, on her, she's got this little coat, and she's got this little pinafore, and then can you see on the bottom here she's got a little bobby hat and wellies on. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do more spring-like. In fact, I'm sure there's another little jacket somewhere. So like I say, you can mix and match. Like on the teddy there, she's got a little cardigan on. So I might even do a little cardigan rather than the jacket. I'm not sure yet. I'll see. But yeah, they all mix and match. They're just gorgeous. I just love them. I mean, he's just so cute, isn't he? Look at his little duffel coat. I mean, oh, it's so cute. And like I say, they are 12 inches, so they're quite a big, if you were to do them with, I mean, it's just, the baby cashmerino is a 4-ply, but like I say, she's done them with a 3.5, so if you did it with the 3.5 needle, they would be quite a big, substantial, they're 12 inches, so they're not small. Let's see. So she's got a little jacket on as well, hasn't she? And she's got the shoes, so I might do, for spring, I might do that little jacket as well. But like I say, I'm going to try, I'm going to try, look, oh, look at that one, she's got a little ruffled skirt on the fox, look at her. And she's got this lovely little pinafore, this little cardigan. Oh, gorgeous. I've never really been into amigurumi, but these just make me want to do amigurumi, honestly. So you've got lots of them, and then, so you've got all these like wardrobe, so you've got all these to go through. You can make all these different clothes. You see, so these are the wardrobe. Oh, look at that little poncho. And then, so you could make all these little different things for her, you know, pinafores. And then you've also got all these accessories. Look, a little handbag and shoes and a duffel bag, you know, a rucksack. I just think they're so cute. Scarves and little headbands. So there's loads you can make. And then I know that she's got another one out called, well, she's got another 2 out, but I think it's the woodland creatures. She's got woodland creatures, she's got cute creatures, woodland creatures, and wild animals. I want to say the woodland creatures because there's a hedgehog in that. The clothes in that one, the animals and the clothes in that one will also mix and match with these. So I might even be getting that one. But yeah, I love them. I love them. I did make a few mistakes on this, but hey ho. Right, I think that's enough waffling. Let's get on to books because this is going to be such a long podcast. It's already 45 minutes. Books, what have I been reading? I'm going to stop because, right, books. Let's go on to books. So the first book that I've read, I've only done 2 this kind of last few weeks that I've not been on. So this is another Claire Mackintosh. I have talked about Claire Mackintosh before, and I've read another 2 of her books. This one was a bit slower to start with. I couldn't quite get into it. The other two ones that I read, I really got into straight away. And again, I just got this book out of the supermarket, you know, like the charity where people bring the books in. I just got it from there, and then you make a donation to a local charity. So yeah, so that was in there, and it's hard, but look at it, it's massive. Yeah, so I read that, and I did get into it. As it went on, I got into it, because there was quite a few. There's a policeman, it's told from a retired policeman's, the girl who's the main character in it, and then there's this other voice in the background who you don't know who it is to start off with. I'll read you the blurb. The police say it was suicide. Anna says it was murder. So there's this retired policeman. Anna is the main character who goes throughout the book, and they're both wrong. 1 year ago, Caroline Johnson chose to end her life brutally, a shocking suicide planned to match that of her husband just months before. Their daughter Anna has struggled to come to terms with their loss ever since. Now with a baby of her own, Anna misses her mother more than ever and starts to question her parents' deaths, but by digging up their past, she will put her future in danger. Sometimes it's safer to let things lie. So, with all of Claire's books, you're reading along and they're brilliant, and then you get to a point, maybe 2/3 in the book, and you go, what? And you have to read back, because she totally flips how she writes. She totally flips how you think about the story, if that makes sense. you know, you're merrily reading along and you go, oh yeah, I think it's there. And then she just flips it and it's like, where did that come from? I don't, this house, oh, excuse me. It's probably going to be one more. No, just two today. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, you think one thing, and then how she's written it, she's a really good writer. I really do like Claire Mackintosh's. Like I said, I've read two others, and you all get to that point, and you go, how did I miss that? How, what? So yeah, so I really recommend Claire Mackintosh. The other two that I've read, she got her other books anywhere. They do normally tell you other books, don't they? I Let You Go and I See You. They're the other books that I've read. But she's got another couple that I haven't read. I think one's called Hostage and The Last Party, which I'd like to read. So yeah, so she's good. And then in my book cover, I just finished this last week, is this one by Colleen Hoover called Verity. Yeah, another good book. It was quite bit spooky in places, this one. It's about a writer, an author who isn't really well known, and she gets commissioned to finish 3 books by an established writer, you know, like a ghost writer or something like that, to finish off this series of books, because the woman who, the established author, has been in a car accident and is now, you know, in a coma or paralysed. And her husband commissions this, what's she called? Lowen. This Lowen to finish the books off. So this Lowen then goes to live in the house where this Verity, who is the established author, she's called Verity. Yeah, it was a page turner. I read it in 2 days. I know it's not a very thick book, but yeah, I read it in 2 days, and I really enjoyed it. Really did enjoy it. Yeah, and again, there was a little bit of a thing at the end, you know, what do you call it? A little bit of a, you know, twisty ending kind of thing. But yeah, highly recommend that one again. So yeah, and I think as well, and maybe because it's spring as well, but I'm going to start reading. I seem to have been reading a lot of thrillers and a lot of, you know, suspense and things like that. So I think I'm going to start reading. I've got a couple of Cecilia Aherns there, and she's always very nice, and, you know, nice books and nice stories. So I think I'm going to maybe read a couple of hers that I've got. I'm going to read a couple of nice, just, you know, nice spring-like happy stories. not that they're depressing, but, you know, not kind of, oh, what's going to happen next? Somebody's murdered. Yeah, not that there was really anybody murdered in those, but they were quite, you know, they're kind of psychological thrillers, aren't they, where it makes you think and you think, oh. So yeah, I think I've waffled on enough for this one, haven't I? I had lots to show you. Yeah, so this is going to be quite a long podcast for me. I don't normally do them this long. So yeah, so I hope it's been okay. I've really enjoyed today's podcast. I hope you have. I hope you've sat down with a nice drink or something and enjoyed this, and you've been crocheting along, or you've been, you know, making along while I've been wittering on with myself. Yeah, I hope some of those patterns have taken your fancy and you have a go. Like I say, I'm going to continue with my rabbit and hopefully get her done by this weekend. I think even if I just have one of a wardrobe done, you know, a coat and a jacket, a coat and a dress and a shoes, then if that's what it is, that's what it is. I am hoping to get a cardigan, and no, so she's got another change of clothes. you know, what I've got in my head I want to do, but whether I'll be able to do it is another matter. Because at the minute I'm helping my sister and brother-in-law to move house. They've only moved around the corner from where they are. They've moved into a bungalow. So from a house. Excuse me. Yeah, so so I'm helping her at the minute to move in and to decorate and things. So that's all a bit. So in the day, that's what I'm doing. So I can only really crochet overnight and things like that. So yeah, and then obviously next weekend, well, not obviously, because you don't even know when this has been done. Next weekend is Easter weekend. So hopefully, she's hoping to have moved in and not settled in, because I do need to do a bit of work in the bungalow. But she's hoping to be moved in, and then they've got a kitchen to do and things like that. You know, they're redoing a kitchen and stuff. So yeah, so hopefully, you know, by next weekend, it won't be as busy and I'll be able to crochet. So thank you so much for listening to me, you know, waffle on. But I hope you have a lovely week. And here the weather is absolutely shocking again today. Yesterday was lovely. It was a bit windy, it was a bit chilly, but it was lovely. It was sun shining, and again today we've got rain, and I think it's rain all week. And I think Easter weekend somebody said it's cold. So yeah, it's great. It's great. Typical Easter bank holiday weekend. Rain, snow. But yeah, but at least next week the clocks go forward, so we'll get lighter nights and lighter mornings, which is always good, isn't it? So yeah, and we're hoping to kind of get the garden kind of done next weekend. Just, you know, clean the paving and things like that, catch the paving, move furniture around, things like that. So yeah, but hopefully I might be able to get on a podcast next weekend and actually tell you about that. Right, I'm going to stop now, and I shall see you soon. If you haven't done already, please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up, and yeah, I've still only got 3 subscribers. So if you like what you see and if it's of interest to you, please subscribe. That would be so kind of you, and that would be lovely. But if you just enjoy it, then that's good, and I enjoy making them, and that's all that matters, isn't it? Okay, I shall see you soon. Have a lovely week. Bye. Bye.